Hello, ladies and gentlemen, teachers and staffs, parents, families, and my fellow students. My name is Sydney, and I'm a U1 student at Bad High School, LA College. This month is the Hispanic Heritage Month, and we have been celebrating by doing a lot of fun stuff. We have done Kahoot, we have done research on some individuals who have had some impact to the Hispanic Heritage Month, and more is coming, which you guys will see in this video. I am going to be interviewing distinguished ladies and gentlemen who are teachers, professionals, PhD holders that have been and have a lot of knowledge and are also from the Hispanic roots. The first person I will be interviewing today is an arts professor, and he has an MFA, meaning a Master's of Fine Arts degree in Visual Arts. He is also responsible for all the wonderful paintings in our environment and in our schools today. So please let us welcome Professor Oquendo. But first, I'm going to put my mask on for social distancing. I'm going to be introducing Professor Oquendo. Can you come in? It's a pleasure doing this interview right now. Do you mind introducing yourself again?
Well, I'm David D. Oquendo. I'm an art teacher at Bard Early High School, and I've been teaching for about 4 years now. And when Sydney asked me to talk or be interviewed by her, I said, sure, why not? So I'm happy to talk. I don't know. This is the first for me. I've never been interviewed by one of my students before.
Thank you. Okay, so the first question is, what does it mean to be Hispanic during Hispanic Heritage Month?
What does it mean? It's really, it seems really important to me because growing up, I don't remember there being any Hispanic Heritage Month. It was either, it was very actually few, like holidays and or months of acknowledgement. But I think it's really important because it kind of shines light to not the diversity even within the Hispanic community. There's Mexican Hispanics, Dominican, Cuban, South American, Central American, like myself, Puerto Rican. So it kind of shines light on that, the diversity just within the, I guess you can say, Hispanic community. How we're all Hispanics, however, very, very different.
So number two is, why is it important for Hispanic community to be involved in everything around them? Why is it important for them to do so?
Why is it important for the Hispanic community to be involved in, everything?
Yeah. Because we did some graphs, and so most Hispanic people are not involved in, mechanical engineering, all this stuff that we should be involved in. So why is it important for them to do so?
Well, it's important for, not just Hispanics, but everyone to be more a part of STEM, the STEM field. I like to call it STEAM to add art in there, but it's a very lopsided industry. The STEM field is, but I think there's nothing wrong with working in a trade, and I always encourage kids to get into trades as well. But it's sort of, the more voices, the more perspectives, the more, I guess you can say, diverse certain fields are, just proof that it flourishes when there's more, or different points of views, or different individuals working together to work on a particular project or be more inventive.
Okay, the other one is, why is it important to engage in leadership roles in our community?
Leadership roles?
Yeah.
Well, one, not everyone can be a leader, because if everyone's a leader, then nothing really happens. But it is important to have more leaders of diverse backgrounds and diverse points of views and all that. But it's also really important to be supportive towards leaders. I know a lot of times when someone wants to take lead on a particular project, or whether it be within the community, to show them support, to be behind them or respond to their phone calls. It is important to be a leader, but it's also important to when you have a person that wants to take lead, to really invest your time into that person and ask them questions and encourage them, or challenge what they're trying to do. And I think being a leader is really important, but also when there's a person that wants to sort of help the community or take lead in whatever project, to like show that support and not just congratulate them afterwards, but help them during that process or during that project or whatever their goal might be.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Do you mind sharing some of your accomplishments with all of us?
Oh, accomplishments. That's kind of weird because it's like I'm rattling off my resume. I guess I've shown artwork in the United Kingdom. I painted a bunch of murals and a handful in Florida. But I got my BFA at Rutgers, MFA, Master's in Fine Arts at Montclair State University. I've been teaching for almost 10 years now, and my most ambitious project was painting McCarter Highway, being part of that project in 2016. I had like a 450 foot wall, so I painted that portion of McCarter Highway. I think I've had a lot of really cool small projects here and there. Having shows, in different states, which is really cool, or overseas is really cool. But I think right now my biggest accomplishment is simply just being a teacher and like spreading art love. At the end of the day, the cool thing about art is that you can practice a drawing or painting and you can make a mistake and nothing's gonna happen. You just made a mistake and you try again. So as long as I'm teaching students like perseverance and practicing and preparation, hopefully they transition those skills into their field that they choose to be a part of. It's really hard to say what my biggest accomplishment is. Yeah. I don't think I've gotten there yet when it comes to specifically my art career.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Professor Quendo. So now we're going to go interview the next person. So the next person I will be interviewing is a Brazilian professor here at Bad High School Early College, and he is part of the faculty in physical education and health. Please let us welcome Professor Jahan. Hello.
How are you?
So Professor, do you mind introducing yourself again?
So my name is Professor Alves. This is my second year here at Bard, and like you said, I am a Brazilian native. I was born and raised in Brazil, and I moved over to Newark when I was 6 years old.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So the first question I'll be asking is, what does it mean to be Hispanic during Hispanic Heritage Month?
It's basically a month of pride. You get to see everyone celebrate Hispanics. You get to see shows that usually you don't see on TV that are being celebrated. With the physical education department is with sports. You see a lot of Hispanic teams being mentioned, a lot of Hispanic athletes being mentioned. So that's pretty cool. And being Brazilian and being Latin and not really speaking Spanish but still being considered Latin, it's cool to see that everyone includes us the same way they would include anybody else. So.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
Yes.
So the next question is, why is it important for the Hispanic community to be involved in everything?
I would say it's important for everyone to be involved in everything, but especially the Hispanic community. We're a proud people. We take pride in everything that we do. So I feel that by us being involved in everything is a great way to see our culture and influencing it with the American culture and everyone else.
Okay, the other one is, what does it really mean to be Hispanic?
Oh, what's it really mean to be Hispanic? Well, you have loud parents, first of all. Great food. And it's just a sense of pride of being happy from where you come from. Having that sense of culture. It's different. The holidays are different. Everything is different, and then being native and blending that all in with all different cultures, it's great. It's great to see.
That's really nice. I love the great food and everything. So why is it important to be engaged in leadership roles in our community?
Well, as a minority group, I feel that the more people get involved, the more people that look like one another get involved in getting into these leadership positions is inspiration to the kids. So everyone who sees it, the next generation sees, oh hey, that person looks like me and they're doing this. So it inspires them to do the same.
Yeah, exactly. When you see someone that looks like you being in an authority, yeah,
you're like, oh hey, I can do it too. That
Yeah.
person comes from the same place I come from.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, do you mind sharing some of your accomplishments with us?
So accomplishments. Like I said, I'm a first generation immigrant. Put myself through school. I coach 3 sports. I think I am probably the first person to coach all 3 sports as a head coach without being a teacher.
Wow.
I did it while I was in school. What else? I raised, father passed away at an early age, so I had to basically be the man of the house at an early stage. I am now a dad for a 2-month, I have a little 2-month-year-old, a little girl. And yeah, I try to be an example, to set an example, but they can get to wherever they set their mind to.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure interviewing
No
you.
problem, thank you.
The next person I will be interviewing is a female professor. She has a master in arts and teaching in physics. Please let us introduce or let us welcome Miss Agina.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Miss Agina. Miss Agina, please, do you mind reintroducing yourself again?
Hi, so I'm Miss Agina. I am a 9th grade conceptual physics instructor at Bard High School Early College. So my undergrad I actually earned a BA in astrophysics, so that's studying the physics of stars, planet formation, galaxies, things of that nature. And then I decided to become a physics teacher just because I felt like physics is something that everyone should participate in, and I had to fight really hard to make my way in physics. So I wanted to give students of a similar background an opportunity to discover the joy of physics, and so that's why I decided to get my Master's of Arts in Teaching, and so now I'm a physics teacher.
Thank you, Miss Agina. You're a Puerto Rican, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I would call myself more of a New Yorican because I'm the Puerto Rican that comes from New York, and so that's
Okay.
a term that we use to describe ourselves.
New Yorican.
New
I learned
Yorican.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Agina, the first question I'll be asking is, what does it mean, right, to be Hispanic during Hispanic Heritage Month?
So Hispanic is something I've always struggled identifying with. I see myself more as Puerto Rican, or I can really connect with Dominicans or Cubans because we have very similar cultures. But then when it comes to the rest of Latin America, our cultures are very diverse. So to be Hispanic is not any one thing. It's a multitude of cultures, of races, of music, of ways of living, and you can't really define it. But I think something that does define, I guess, the Hispanic people or Hispanic heritage is the sense of community with family, food, awesome, enjoying life, right?
Yeah.
Through food, through music, through the relationships you build with people. So I think that's something that really defines what being Hispanic is. Yeah.
Thank you. So why is it important for Hispanic or other Latin Americans to be leadership roles?
I think it's important because when we talk about Hispanic or Latinx people in the United States, for example, because that's my context, it's very one-dimensional. I think most folks have this image of a brown person from Mexico, for example, and it's important that we have leaders who recognize the diversity of Latin America so that we can meet those diverse needs, right? I'm Puerto Rican, so I don't necessarily have to face issues of immigration or family members who are undocumented because Puerto Ricans are granted U.S. citizenship through the 1917 Jones Act. So that's an example of me being Hispanic, but because I'm Puerto Rican, I have a different context from my other fellow Latin Americans.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to have leaders that understand that diversity so that we can meet those different needs and not lump it all in one.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you want to share some of your accomplishments with us?
My accomplishments. So that's something I don't actually take track down. I just feel like it's always go, go, go. What's the next step? But I think perhaps the biggest accomplishment is being first generation, the first of my immediate family to graduate with a bachelor's degree, specifically in science. So yeah, Most of my family members either have some college degree or they went to college a little later in their lives, but they're not necessarily in science. Being able to go through college without any of like the help that other students who are not first generation, who parents have gone to college so they know what to do, I had to like navigate that system all on my own, just because my parents weren't able to help me out with some of those things. So I think that is perhaps my biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Thank you, Mr. Gita. It's a pleasure doing this interview with you. No. The last but certainly not least professor I will be interviewing today is a female professor here at BAD. She has a PhD, she teaches college bio, human anatomy and physiology. She is the head director of the BAD research program and future health professional here at BISEC. Please let us welcome our one and only Dr. Maria Agapiro.
Hi, my name is Dr. Maria Agapiro.
Dr. Agapiro, I will be asking you one question and you can elaborate on it as much as you want to. The question is, what does it mean to be Hispanic during the Hispanic Heritage Month?
I believe that being Hispanic, it is about tradition, values, and heritage. I strongly believe being Hispanic is having the 5 F's for me: family, fiesta, faith, food, and fellowship. Family or familia means more than just parents and siblings. It means a strong relationship that instills in people the importance of honor, good manners, and respect. Fiestas are defined by celebration, and to many are regarded as the best ways to become immersed in the culture of the Hispanic community. Like many ethnicities, the food and flavors of Hispanic cultures are something people are proud to share with others and use as a way to connect with their family and friends. This year, we hope we can do it for the fourth time at BAR. Lastly, fellowship, our way to encourage, support, and mentor the next generation of leaders. I strongly encourage community engagement because it is the key to initiate a dialogue where organizations and communities can make decisions to meet communities' needs. For this reason, aside from serving as the assistant professor in the biology program at BAR, I also serve as the president of the Academy of Science. I also are the research fellow for the Ruggies Program Cancer Institute and a activist leader to enhance science innovation in underrepresented minority groups.
Thank you, Dr. Agapito.
Thank you so much for your time.
With this, we come to the end of our Hispanic Heritage Month interview. There is no doubt that we have gotten a lot of knowledge from our dear professors and doctors. Okay guys, please don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye bye.